This is Lori Bulow, and the liberal lunatics continue on their rampage. And this latest attack on Donald Trump came from BuzzFeed, a 35-page document that contained unverified allegations. The information reportedly was based on a memo created by an anti-Trump operative sent to BuzzFeed, and they decided to go ahead and publish this fake news. Then CNN and the New York Times picked up on it and fabricated it themselves. Those allegations said Russia had compromising information on President-elect Trump. However, Moscow denied all allegations that the Kremlin has collected any such information on Trump and called these news reports a matter of complete fabrication and utter nonsense. So once again, friends, the fake news reports coming out from CNN and other fake news channels continuing, I say, with their propaganda, and they'll probably be doing this for the next 8 years. So much filth, corruption, perversion came out from WikiLeaks about the Clinton cartel and the losers they are, that their supporters through the fake news media are trying to spin all the trash around and somehow paint our new president with the garbage that they came out of. That's right, friends. Guess what? A bit of advice to you pathetic liars. It won't ever work, and it can't work. End of story. Furthermore, do you know why the liberals hate President-elect Trump so much, friends? Well, it's because he is the complete opposite of what they are. That's right. They live in their own utopia, a made-up one at that. They are not your normal type people, and please allow me to elaborate a bit on this. First of all, liberals are anti-God and hostile to religious beliefs, those of a Christian belief, that is. And the reason is because the Bible sets rules. Jesus made the rules, and he himself said, if you break the rules, you're a sinner. Liberals hate this because it makes them very uncomfortable, and telling them they're a sinner make them feel bad. In other words, if they took on a conservative viewpoint on this subject, it would keep them from doing what makes them feel good. And I'll give you a perfect example. When I had a Facebook account, my own sister unfriended me, and when I asked her why, she said it was because Facebook was not a religious forum, and people didn't want to hear what I had to say. However, everyone on my page was a Christian, except her and possibly one other. And, of course, she is and always has been a sold-out liberal, as well as the rest of my biological family. Liberals like to think of themselves as intellectuals, but liberalism is incredibly simplistic, friends. It's nothing more than childlike emotionalism applied to adult issues. That's right. Some have said liberalism is also a mental disorder, and I do agree with that, but feel it is more than that, as well as being a more cleverly disguised form of illness. It's called NPD, that is, narcissistic personality disorder. Those people have an inflated sense of their own importance and a deep need for admiration. They expect always a constant praise and admiration. They are highly jealous of other people and at all times expect others to go along with their plans and ideas. They feel they have a sense of entitlement to everything and forget the other person. They can do no wrong ever, and when someone opposes them, the first thing that comes out of their mouth is name-calling. In order to make them feel better, they react with rage or contempt and use all efforts to belittle the other person so they can make themselves appear better. Remember, they always feel they are superior to the other guy or gal. So yes, liberalism is a disease, a mental disorder with an added kick to it that is a more cleverly form of illness added to it, that being NPD, which is, once again, narcissistic personality disorder. So as you can see, friends, giving you a clear picture of what liberalism is, it may help you to understand why Obama, the Clintons, George Soros, Michael Moore, and all the dope-smoking celebrities, as well as all those supporters who fall into this category, behave the way they do. Do you know anybody like this, plagued with such mental disorder? Well, I certainly do, friends, and my advice, as I said before, steer clear from such irrational people. We see them every day coming from the mentally deranged fake news media as well. The issue is, if they want their own utopia, I don't understand why they don't go for it. A perfect example, I feel, would be possible if they were to get an island somewhere. If you study church history, you would know how they used to put lepers on an isolated island. Well, because liberals hate this country so much, why not, this is a suggestion of mine, group together and perhaps do something to bring your utopia dream true. You see, this country is my home as well, and I do love the country and freedom and justice to all. Myself and those other conservatives, however, aren't and never will be going anywhere, except to heaven, of course, when the Lord Jesus returns. But in the meantime, here we are, and waiting for January 20th to arrive, so our new president will restore at least a bit of some sort of normalcy back to us. So seeing all you liberals are having such a hard time, why not find an island somewhere, like the lepers used to live on, and call it home? Maybe putting a name on it instead of Leprosy Island, maybe call it Liberal Lunatic Island. And possibly, if you're a liberal and do that, if you're lucky, that is, Hillary and Bill Clinton and possibly the Obamas can catch a ride on the Lolita Express. You all remember that. Google that if you don't know what I'm talking about. That's a Lolita Express out to your utopian liberal lunatic island, and you can all live happily ever after. Oh, and one more thing. Don't forget to gather all those celebrities that promised to leave the country as well if Trump got elected. So, bon voyage. Enjoy your liberal utopia. This is Lori Bulow.